What's up? Well, let's start with the first subject at hand. Simone is facing backlash for marking the LGBTQ community and using a transphobic slur. So I'm going to play this. She was on a podcast talking. The name of the podcast was Horror Indecisions. Is it Horrible Indecisions? So we're going to play this episode where she was on, and she's at a lot of people just want to cancel her. So we definitely going to get into that. Also, we're going to get into Lovelyti.
Just find somebody within your proximity.
TS Madison. We're going to get into that. And also 7 stars. Not 7 stars. My God. Did I say 7 stars? She's on my mind. Sydney Star called out Simone as well. So let's get into this.
So like I work Midtown.
You can't do that in Atlanta.
Girl. Why not?
Girl,
Hell
no, you can't do that shit. You
in
Atlanta. Swiped up on a tranny.
For real?
Yes, yeah. You won't know until you're in the bedroom with them.
Bitch, I would know.
Well, I guess you're right.
I mean, but I
Atlanta
also have
is just
watched,
a mess.
Yeah.
You know, Atlanta, you would have.
Which I have nothing against the LGBT lettuce, bacon, tomato community. But I love all y'all. One of my best friends is a tranny, but she's honest and open. Like y'all in Atlanta,
the DL stuff.
It's the DL stuff that's the problem.
That is the huge.
I would
problem.
actually go
even
just
with
say like
guys.
now that like does it? Yeah. Okay, it's a DL.
It's the DL thing.
It's not a problem at all.
No,
I have
but
friends
it's the ones who are open
I have
about
friends
it.
that are gay. One of my best friends is
When
gay.
you say like I want because see when I hear tranny, T girl, whatever, I think chick with dick, right?
Yeah,
because we're not gonna call a girl this post-op tranny, right?
No.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying because like when you hear tranny, what do you think? Like underneath
a guy who's dressing like a girl.
Just
like
find
right
somebody
size.
within your proximity. So like I work Midtown.
You can't do that in Atlanta.
I know that's a cross-dresser, but the one who lives like a female.
But they taking hormones. They're trying to eventually change into a woman. Like a guy that has breasts and freaking, you look like a woman, but you have a penis.
But still have a dick. Okay, so not if you're
not fully
post-op, then we're not using
No.
No, I feel the same way. That's why I'm asking. I just want to make when you hear the word. I think the same thing.
So
I don't think post-op.
So is Bruce, Caitlyn Jenner?
Bruce,
he still has a penis, right?
Yeah,
I thought
he's transgender.
I heard he got a.
Or trans.
Is he a tranny?
See, transsexual.
The internet.
Listen, transgendered means I'm now a man calling myself a woman. Transsexual, I think, means you got the sex change.
Oh,
you get what I'm saying?
She's over at Google. What she asking Google?
Because I think transgender is your different gender. Like
transgender, unlike transsexual, is a term for people whose identity, expression, behavior, in general sense does not conform to what they were born as.
Transsexual, you're changing the parts.
Okay,
I know that's
parts.
Okay,
yeah,
what you thought?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't think I can. No.
I always want to be politically correct
for sure, because you never want to disrespect.
Because I didn't realize how
part.
Okay, so you definitely heard that. A lot of people want her to be canceled. And this is what I have to say about it. A person that is a part of the LGBTQISTUSDWSB community. I don't think so should be canceled. I think that we are overreacting. And TS Madison has something to say, and we will address her in this, because this is what TS Madison had to say. She said, "Do you know how dumb you bitches sound? My best friend is training you just as problematic as these motherfuckers saying. I have black friends. Educate yourself on stuff before you speak, whack ass people." Now, I had the pleasure of watching before this broadcast. One of my producers is a faithful tea sipper over there with Lovelyti. And they said, "Wiley, before you go live, you need to listen to Lovelyti podcast," because she addressed T.S. Madison. What Lovelyti has said in so many words, that T.S. Madison is the wrong messenger for this problem because TS Madison has said some very problematic things. And what did she dig up? Is when she was addressing none other than Wendy Williams. She had called Wendy Wendell, Orenthal, etc., started to make fun of Wendy Williams' gender, and Wendy Williams is a biological woman. Now, so she brought that point up. She said that T.S. Madison is not the right person for this, and she said she's very problematic because she sat there with Kaya for months and didn't correct her because her excuse was, well, I didn't say it, but she also said some problematic things about Wendy Williams. Now, concerning what B. Simone has said, I don't think B. Simone should be canceled. That was an old episode. She made a mistake. But when is we in the community going to be, when are we in the LGBT community actually stop saying problematic things as well? You say I put myself as we because we say some problematic things, and it shouldn't be when somebody in the heterosexual say something problematic, we want them to be canceled. Why is it when we say these things, whether it's fish, and many people in the heterosexual community do not like the term fish, did we stop saying fish? No. Some people in the heterosexual community, especially women, do not like the word bitch, but they constantly use that word over and over and over. So if we want B. Simone to be canceled, then it's many of us in the LGBTQI community should be canceled as well because we have been saying some things. You see, I'm saying we because I have said some problematic things. That's why I don't go leading a protest talking about Cassidy, so I have said some crazy stuff out of my mouth. So I personally believe T.S. Madison is not the one should be leading this, especially when she said, do you know how dumb you bitches sound? And what if women want to counsel her for using the word bitch, right? So she said, do you know how dumb you bitches sound? What if women say, hey, we want to counsel T.S. Madison for calling us the bitch word? So, I mean, all the way going now, she said she could have easily said, do you know how dumb you ladies sound? But she used the word bitch, meaning that she's very comfortable in calling black women, heterosexual women, biological women the B word. Now, if a heterosexual woman would have posted this, do you know how dumb you tranny sound? Then that black woman, you want to go and lead the charge to her to be canceled. So I make it make sense in my humble opinion. I'm definitely going to play Sydney Starr video. And this is what Sydney Starr had to say. Let me screen share Sydney Starr. We having a conversation here, and I'm just saying because she could have used any other word, but if that was if that was B. Simone said, do you know how dumb you tranny sound? We would have been like we doing today saying, oh, let's cancel women. I mean, let's cancel B. Simone. But here this transgender woman has said it out of the with word and said the B word. So, I mean, we will open up the lines and we will allow you all to call in and everything like that. Hey, y'all, we're Lovelyti went after TS heading to the beach, but I'm listening. Yes, if you all go to Lovelyti video, you will have to send us the last part. She put the first 4 minutes on her YouTube page and the rest of it was on her podcast. After Lovelyti said that, I went on and I subscribed to her podcast. This is what Sydney Starr had to say. Let's see.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Sydney Starr, the transgender diva. And y'all know I had to chime in on Miss B. Simone. Baby girl, baby girl, baby girl. What were you thinking by calling your best friend who's a transgender female a tranny? It's like, I'm offended. Like, it's just like us calling our own people the N-words. Like, come on, baby girl. Then you call the whole LGBTQ community lettuce, tomatoes, eggs, mustard. Girl, what are you doing? Now, I know I don't have the best squeaky pads. I know. And I know some of y'all gonna try to talk about that in the comments, but I'm talking about Miss B. Simone right now. Baby, I'm offended. I was a fan. I just think that you need to probably put out an apology or something, baby girl. And honestly, people used to tell me I look like you. So if you really want to get technical, you kind of look like a trans girl. you look transgender then if people are telling me I look like you. But I mean, y'all, honestly, I just think it's late. It's late, and I just not feeling Miss B Simone right now for that. So if y'all agree with me, let me know how y'all feel on them comments. Put them down below. I really, really don't think that Miss Thing thought she was doing anything wrong. So let me know. I could go on and on and on, but I'm not. But I just wanted to let y'all know, as a trans woman, I'm going to speak my voice here and there. And that voice right now is being spoken right now. So let me know what you think. Apology or something.
And of course, that's just what was her comments that she wrote on there. So but again, I think I love you, Sydney Star. You know, I go way back for you from Chicago days when you used to pace the street, north side, when you used to walk the street in Boys Town. But listen, you're not the right person for this as well, because last time I checked, you the one that tried to get Chingy, and you did get Chingy. Council said that Chingy slept with you, and that was the end of his career. And then you came on later down the line and said, hey, you know, I lied. I didn't mean to say that about Chingy, but you said it. So I feel like you're not a good person to be leading this charge as well, because when you wanted to get Chingy, a heterosexual male, I'm going to just say, point of argument, because you did come out and say, you know what, I didn't mean to say that about him. I was wrong. So you're not a good person for that as well. So it's like both of them are problematic, have said some things very problematic, her and Maddie. So I don't think neither one of those women should be actually leading the charge in this type of thing, because she started to disrespect that biological woman, B. Simone, and said she looked like transgender. No, B. Simone is a biological woman. Okay, so it is what it is. I think that it's hypocritical when you want to cancel when you want to cancel heterosexual women, but then when we say things in the L, you see how I'm saying when we say fish, B, talking about women yonis and different things, we say it out of our mouths, and we call some women males, just like how some of y'all would, like TS Madison said about Wendy Williams, calling her Wendell Orenthal, and etc. So we have said some very problematic things, and this is why I'm not calling for the cancellation of B. Simone. Actually, B. Simone didn't say nothing that was that bad, in my humble opinion. She didn't. So I'm not calling for her to be canceled. You even got some gay black man called some black women monkeys. And they even wanted to so again, and they actually believe in what B. Simone was saying, because they said it all the way down in their podcasts and their Facebook videos and etc. So if that black man wasn't canceled for calling black women monkey, B. Simone damn sure should not be canceled for the stuff that she said, because it's really not that bad, in my humble opinion. It really is not that bad. You do got to be careful on Tinder, because you will run into some transgender women on Tinder. I'm just saying it because I used to catfish, not on Tinder, but on Party Line. So I could just imagine the damage I could do on Tinder. So you definitely can. You got to get his wig, get some fake boobs. You get online and you can do what you want to do. So she didn't say nothing that was bad. The lettuce, tomato, whatever she said about that. She's a comedian. It was a joke. I don't think we should take it so serious talking about for her cancellation. Now, her copying off somebody's book, yes, she should be canceled for that and pay the money for that. But in this part, no. I just think that people are just digging for some things. Maybe she didn't screw the wrong. Maybe she didn't screw the right person, because everybody's calling for her to be canceled.
Press 1.
Me personally, I don't think that she should be canceled, but I will open up the phone lines and allow women or men.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just my humble opinion. Now, some of y'all think you like so. I mean, come on. You call these women bees. Bees, that's what she called it. She could have called them ladies. Now, what do you classify a transgender woman calling heterosexual bees? I wait. But soon as they say trannies, Oh, that's the problem right then and there. They need to be canceled. Baby girl look like a trans woman. I'm like, no, she don't. She's a beautiful black woman. You ain't gonna put that on her. So what are we gonna label? I'm ready. I'm waiting. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just having a conversation. Let me put the number up on the screen if anybody want to call in, because it's like a double standard. It's a spirit of, well, we can call them anything, but they can't say anything. Like, no, that shouldn't be. That's unfair, in my humble opinion. That is unfair that you can say whatever you want to say about a transgender woman. I mean, a transgender woman can say what she want to say about a heterosexual woman, and they get a pass. But as soon as that heterosexual woman, that biological woman, say something out of pocket, they need to be canceled. Like, I don't understand. I think that, to me, that's a double standard, and that's not cool, in my humble opinion. That's what I have to say about that. Okay? Now, the phone lines is open. This is the time y'all can let it be known. Women, ladies, Anonymous, you live on the air. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hello, Wiley.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Wiley. Oh, Wiley, the hypocrisy of it all. You know, I am so sick of TS Madison and some of the other bloggers fake caring for the LGBTQ community when it's to their benefit. TS Madison sits her ass in the comfort of her basement, eating ham hocks, collard greens, and potato salad. They all sit from the comfort of their apartments and rented basements and selectively pick women apart and scream foul when anything is remotely said about their community. Am I correct?
Well, I don't know. I'm letting you speak.
Let me tell you, they tried to insert their trans issues on the Black Lives Matter movement instead of going out and protesting and marching for the equality and rights for their community. It's Pride Month. What did they do to uplift their community besides sit on their asses and post unicorns and rainbows? I didn't see anything that they've done. Never once have you seen T.S. Madison or Uncle Fester, Armand Wiggins, and company on the front line of anything that has to do with LGBTQ or pride. T.S. sat on the platform that she shared with Kaya, and she let Kaya rip her people apart and went along with it, but she collected her check. Now, Uncle Fester, Armand Wiggins, licked Kaya's rim clean on the video you posted, and please, Wiley, keep that video up so folks can see the fakeness and hypocrisy. He licked Kaya's rim clean and held her at such high regard for ripping Madison apart. But when Kaya left the Queen's Supreme Court and put Uncle Fester on timeout for 3 months, oh, she's a bad person. She's homophobic. She's transphobic. Let's get her canceled. Am I right?
You're right. You're right. Now,
let me tell you, Wiley, comedians have been making fun of the LGBT community since the beginning of time, and everyone laughed. Dave Chappelle called them the alphabet community and told a story about how divided they are in their community, and he's absolutely correct. Trans women are always looked down on in their community. Maddie knows that. Are they trying to cancel Chappelle? No, because they know that they're peons in the world of a Dave Chappelle. So let's roll the tape back on T.S. Madison and Uncle Fester, Armand Wiggins, and see all the derogatory things they've said. See if we can get them canceled. Okay? Stop trying to conjure up fake beef and pretending to fight for your community. Leave your basement and apartment and get on the front line where the real fight is. You'll never be taken seriously, Madison, because you're disingenuous and you don't walk the walk. So stop fake advocating for your community. I go and advocate more for your community than you do. And I'm a straight woman. I was just in DC advocating for the LGBTQ to keep their health care. I didn't see any other woke fake bloggers there. So miss us with the BS and go create real content on your failing platforms. Because this fake beef and how much you love your community, we see right through all of it. Okay, it's all smoking mirrors.
Now, who is Uncle Fester?
And that's all I have
I
to
see
say,
that.
Wiley.
Who is Uncle? You keep saying Uncle. You say Uncle Fester. Who is Uncle Fester?
That's Armand Wiggins. He's Uncle Fester, okay? Since women are monkeys, he's Uncle Fester. And for anybody that don't know who Uncle Fester is, please Google it. Okay? Because he will be totally bald by the age of 35 years old. So you know what? I have tea. I know this is about another subject.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have tea on him and his little boyfriend.
Oh no, we don't want the tea.
So you want to come? That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And he better keep it that way. He better keep it that way. But for now, this is the subject that's at hand. And I just want TS Madison to stop being fake. She's disingenuous. She's disingenuous. Get out of your basement. Take the ham hocks, potato salad, and collard greens out of your mouth and go do some real work. Go on the front line and do some real work, TS. And then maybe you'll be taken seriously. Fight the people in your community that look down on trans women. It's okay for Uncle Fester to sit there and call women monkeys and his tired reeds that's just growing very tired. Okay, but it's okay for him to do that. Where's your fight for that, TS? She's very selective.
Yeah.
She's very selective. She's fake.
Because Ahmad did call black women monkeys, and Maddie didn't say anything about that. She did not call for his cancellation, for him to be counseled, because he is part of the LGBT community.
Right, but she wants to be called a woman, correct?
Yes.
She wants to be looked at as a woman. So that means he's calling you a monkey also.
Oh.
You want to be looked at as a woman.
I feel you on that.
But it's selective for her. It's very selective for her. And she's very disingenuous, and that's why she'll never be respected.
I feel you on
She'll
that.
never be respected.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to go to this next caller.
Have a good day.
You too. All right. 8018, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Girl, Reed, you read the, I will cash out you, Wiley. You read the shit out of TS Maddie Mob man whore Madison. Ain't nobody thinking about no damn Maddie who allegedly got holes in the wall, allegedly for people to stick their peen through. Ain't nobody thinking about no damn Maddie who still got a well-known porn site up, gaining money from that, not doing nothing for the transgender, gay, LGBTQI, and whatever else community. Maddie ain't doing shit for nobody. Okay? And everything she said about lemon head, lemon wedge, boyfriend cut my lemons up and my orange slices, please. Everything she said about him was true. Fuck all of them. When you don't even come for us, did you care when Armand lemon drop sat up there and called us a monkey? Make you a monkey too. You sitting up there claiming being a woman. Girl, you crazy. Everything that caller said was absolutely correct. I am so, and let me tell you something. I told you before, I have no problem with anyone. I told you I work with the trans community. all of that. But the one thing that I did tell them before, listen, don't come at me with the people don't care about us. That's not true. You all don't care about each other. You all out here stuck. If we can go there, I ain't even gonna go there. That's something else. That's something else. But that's not true. We're not even gonna get on that subject. But I'm tired of people like Madison. I have no problem with Maddie being a woman. I don't have no problem with that. But how the hell you gonna sit up here and ridicule somebody and all the shit you said, and let us go back to Kaya, because everything that Carla said was true. I do believe now, I watched it, I'm a day one. When I was watching Kaya, because I'm a big Kaya fan, all the way from back in the day. When I was watching Kaya and Madison, Maddie was not quiet. Madison would talk about Wendy calling her a man, and she even sang, what is that, Candy? Every man wants a woman. When Kaya was singing it, she was singing it too. Go back. And go back to the day one. Okay? Madison, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You ain't got a dog in this fight. They call black women bitches and fish and all that. Girl, shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody thinking about you. And yes, I will cash out you.
Oh my God.
Thank you, and I love you.
All right. The number is 646-716-8447. 4477. Carly on the air.
Hey, this is Zach Watson, Dallas, Texas.
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, I just, you know what, we really have to get over like what other people have to say about us. You know what I'm saying? Like we really got to do that, because it's like the word nigger. You know what I'm saying? Like black people, we got to.
Go ahead, finish your point.
Yeah, like we gotta really like. I just feel like when it came down to Madison and Kaya, I feel like since they was friends, Kaya should have left it professional. It was mainly Kaya with starting all that stuff. So Kaya should have left it professional. But we have to really, really know. We know who we are as a people. We have to. People are going to say the worst thing to get underneath your skin. That's the way what people do. So we all have to, help each other. Young people, us, don't care what people say about you, because people are going to say the worst thing to get underneath your skin. So we got to get ourselves to that point, because white people, they're going to keep saying nigger, and they know it's going to get to you. You're going to keep saying the stuff that they know is going to get underneath your skin. Like I grew up in the 90s, and the people always say, oh, yeah, punk, that faggot. But I had to get over that and I had to know in my side myself that, hey, I wasn't that. I am what I believe that I am. So that's all I really wanted to say, y'all. We got to really become stronger.
Thank you so very much for calling in. The number is 646-716-8447. And my point is this, people is expressing how they feel. I just think she shouldn't be on the front lines when her, I think that's her daughter, or it's her son. I think her son, because I think he called Maddie his mama. So he went around calling black women monkeys, and she stayed silent. She did not speak up. So I don't think she should speak up for B. Simone. I think she's just speaking up so she can get some more cash apps from her audience, and and she can buy some more protein boxes. That's what I think. Because where is this when you have somebody that you say you love calling black women monkeys? I didn't see her say anything, right? Only thing I see her doing is singing off key in the line in Starbucks, getting a protein box. So I just want to know, where's that energy when biological women are being disrespected? Anonymous, you live on the air. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Okay, so I want to speak on this. I think it's hypocrisy for the transgender community to be trying to come at B. Simone. For one, just like the other caller stated, Maddie is the last person that should have an issue with anything that B. Simone said, as well as Sydney Star. Here's my problem with the whole transgender community, okay? They are able to disguise themselves as women, and then they are able to walk around and lie to heterosexual men and portray a woman and not give them an opportunity to decide whether or not they want to be with a man or if they want to be with a woman. And society is okay with it. Like, I've seen some of like the topics as far as like a lot of the transgenders and stuff getting attacked, and it's this whole outcry for the whole transgender community. This is the same community that's walking around emulating a woman and essentially lying to men, portraying the image of a woman and not letting a man know that they're really born a man and that they really have their male counterpart. But then society is in a whole uproar when something, God forbid, happened to them. You get what I'm saying? Like, they have so much rights that they can do, and then they want society to feel so bad for them, and they're able to walk around and portray somebody that they're not, and then they lie to people, and then they want people to feel sorry and feel bad for them. Okay? This is my problem. Men, period. Heterosexual men disrespect women. Gay men disrespect women. And then you have men that want to emulate and want to be women that are able to disrespect men, that are able to disrespect women. What did B. Simone said was so wrong? Tranny. Tranny is something that has been around forever. But when women had an issue with the whole fish topic of of TS Madison on her whole private show with Chi-Chi, and she was referring to the woman that had got killed for exposing the DL men as fish. The whole transgender gay community had an issue with women having a problem with being referred to fish. However, the transgender community has a problem with women referring to them as trannies. Make that make sense. The bigotry and the racist and the hypocrisy in it all, it doesn't even give no sense. It doesn't even make, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. And women, we support everybody. We support the Black male. We uplift the gay community. We're here for the transgender community that is emulating us, because mind you, let's be clear. In order for these men to emulate women, they have to be around women. They have to be surrounded. They have to watch women, the way women walk, the way women move, the way women dress. They slipping in their sister, their mother. They slipping in somebody's clothing, their home girl or whoever, okay? They're walking around emulating a woman, so they have to be around women. So it takes women to embrace them. And they have no respect for women or no regard for women.
All right.
I have an issue with that. I don't see nothing wrong with what B. Simone said. She was on a podcast and she just was speaking. I mean, how are we supposed to know and understand all of these terms and understand if they're slurs or not if we're not a part of that community? Just like they were saying that we're not a part of that community, so we wouldn't understand the embracement or the endearment of the word fish.
All right.
It's hypocrisy.
All right. Thank you, caller. I'm going to move on to the next caller. All right. 4334, caller, you on the air. All right.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, okay. You know what? What I wanted to say is people kill me when they want to jump on the damn hate train so bad. I think Maddie only doing this to get some people behind her, you know. And so now that B. Simone been canceled, it's so easy to talk about this girl and to find stuff that she said from however long ago. Excuse me. I don't think it was that damn disrespectful. But to me, it did, like the other caller said, it do seem disingenuous. You just saying something just to be saying it. Kaya sat by her that whole time, disrespecting that whole community. It wasn't a problem because you was getting clicks and views for your show. But now that this girl B. Simone, I wish they would leave her alone. Black folks, you know what? They can forgive everybody else but ourselves. This damn hate train, cancel culture, I mean, I just don't understand it. And her saying that little, whatever she said, that little piece of bullshit, jumping down on that girl while everybody else is hating on her, I don't respect it. I don't respect it at all.
Thank you so very much.
That's my piece. I mean, just get off this hate train. This girl is down enough. She got enough going on. So why you want to put your transsexual ass in the mix?
I feel you on that. Thank you for calling in. All right.
No problem, Wiley. Have a good day.
All right now. 2637 caller, you on the air. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me go to 2637 and I'm gonna come to you anonymous. 2637, you're live on the air.
Hey, what's up, Wiley? Okay, as far as this culture about cancel culture, nobody's canceled. Black people don't cancel anybody. Cardi just did a thing on her Instagram about what she's wearing to her party, her cancel party this year. So that's not really irrelevant. Trans don't have that much power in their own community. They're looked down within the LGBT community. The people that give them the power is the same people who should take it back, which is Black women. We're the one that was supporting them when their own community wouldn't, because they felt they was giving them a bad name. Now, as far as B. Simone, I think what y'all need to realize is these gay men are in competition with you. Nobody's mad at B. Simone but Black men, because he stated that they basically need to step their financial game up. And they got upset with that. As much as they say they want people to be feminine, Black women to be feminine and know how to let the man take a role, they don't really mean that. They just raise the bar, depending on the conversation, to make excuse not to deal with you or not to deal with their responsibility. Black men are mad at B. Simone. Black women have no need to be. Why would you be mad at a woman telling Black men to step their financial game up and you have to be able to take care and provide? Why y'all mad at her for saying that? We know why Black men are mad. Why are y'all mad? TS is just trying to keep the Black men on the low, but these same Black men are still going to get online, make fun of them, and call them weird and mentally insane. That's all I want to say.
All right. The number is 646-716-8447. Let's see who else is logged in. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley Show.
Hey.
Hey, so I just wanted to say, actually, I wanted to respond to one of your callers, because one of the things that drives me crazy is when we as Black women start believing this narrative that Black men tell, that they're being tricked by trans women. And I don't believe that to be true. I think most of us, when we see trans women, know that they're trans, and that's the same for these men.
They be knowing, and some of them don't be want to pay their money. Some of them be knowing, they just don't want to pay their money, or they have doubt. They be like, oh my gosh, I did this. I want my boys to know about this, and etc.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it don't be that they be tricking. Some of them just be mad that they did what they did with that trans woman, or they allow that trans woman to put that pain in their butt.
I agree. And to me, that's such an important piece of any conversation when it comes down to when we talk about women and trans women and this, because I feel like it excuses men. Men lie to us all the time. So if they say, oh, I didn't know, well, how did they not know when we know? But back on topic, I like Maddie, but I do think this is some hypocrisy, especially when it comes down to the stuff that Kaya used to say on the show, and Maddie would just laugh. I mean, the word tranny is not that big of a deal. I think this is being blown out of proportion, but that's my opinion, Wiley. I don't want to hold you up.
All right, thank you, Cheryl Whitfield. Call it in. Long time. Go ahead. Thank you, sister. All right, so we are talking about B. Simone comments, and of course, people are calling in about TS Madison as well, with Kaya comments as well. So we're tying in 3 topics in one, but it all is all makes sense. So we are taking some callers, 646-716-8447. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, Wally, this is that caller that was talking about transgender, lying about, them being transgender.
Right.
Referring back to that caller that just called in, I want you to go check out the Neighborhood Talk. A few days back, Cal posted a story of an 18-year-old boy that was tricked by a 37-year-old transgender man. Okay, he was led back to that transgender apartment, and there is when he discovered that transgender was a transgender. He was so confused, he left the apartment, came back, shot the transgender in the head multiple times, still in a daze and confused, left, came back, and shot the transgender some more times. He's in jail right now in Chicago facing murder charges, okay? So when I'm saying that, I'm not saying that all transgender What I'm saying is what happens to a bulk amount of transgender is that they walk around emulating women, disguising themselves as women, tricking men, and then once the men find out, then the men go on this whole tangent and they do things that, you know, we consider or society consider as hate. But how can you consider that as hate when somebody is walking around lying, stating that they're somebody, and not giving that person an opportunity to decide if they want to be with a man or a woman? It's just like somebody walking around with an STD and not telling. They prosecute people for giving people HIV and AIDS. So why can a man walk around and disguise himself as a woman and not be upfront with you? Just like Nikki Tutorial. Nikki Tutorial did not tell her fiance that she was really born a boy and had transitioned until whether we believe it or not, this is the story that's out there,
right?
And that the guy didn't find out until she was being blackmailed. So I'm saying this to say that we can't act like as if we don't know that this is not happening. Okay, this is happening. This is
it do exist. I agree with you on that. That do exist, but it don't happen in every case. In that case with that young man, he's gonna probably spend the rest of his time in prison. Unless you get a good attorney and play the mental illness card, he'd probably be in a mental hospital forever. He could probably make a defense temporary insanity, but who knows? But once you left and then came back, so I think he's gonna serve a lot of time. But it's okay when you talk with someone. It's okay to ask, "Do you got a yoni or you got a peen?" You know, you got to ask these questions. We are in a different time now. That some transition, so you need to make it perfectly clear and don't lie. And I don't know, because I be knowing transgender women, but some of them are getting a little bit, it's hard to know. Some of them get some good work that you don't be knowing. And so, because if I didn't know no better, I wouldn't know that, what was the name? The woman we was just talking about, not TS Madison, but the Sydney Star. If I didn't know no better, I would think that if I didn't know no better. So some are, voices are good. Amaya Scott. I mean, it's some that you really don't know unless they tell you. So I agree with you on that.
Unless they tell you, or unless you're a part of that community.
Unless you're a part of that community,
you can identify certain things or a certain slang or certain you wouldn't really know. So
Absolutely.
I just called back in to say that it does happen. We can't act like it has not happened in the past and like it's not continuing to happen. There should be laws to where they have to be upfront, just like you have to be upfront whether or not you have an STD before sleeping with somebody, especially HIV or AIDS. There should be a law that they have to say, listen, I was born a man, but I identify as a woman before that next step of moving forward with somebody. You get what I'm saying?
You're right. Wiley. Thank you. We got 3 callers on here. Woo, y'all really calling in. Anonymous, you live on the air. Anonymous.
Hello, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, it's Shell again. I'm not saying that this never happens, okay, that trans people lie. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is most of these men, the same way most of us women can see that a person is trans, they can too. And if you ask a trans woman, what they'll tell you is the first thing that these men, these so-called straight men do is they go for their penises. That's the first thing they do. It's just a fact. And I'm just
right. They know. I mean, you have to be. I understand her point because she's not in it and she's not a man. Me personally, I've been around a lot of men that deal with trans. They know. Okay, they know. The issue is when they do it, they have doubt. Sometimes the trans woman go telling in the business, especially if the penis go, or telling everybody that that's the trade, and word leak out, and the neighborhood find out, and then that his manhood is questioned, so he started doing that. And some know, some don't want to pay, and they get blasted on the internet. So they be knowing. It's just the point about
that's my thing.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about majority. Like I heard that story about that young man, and he felt tricked, even though he was horrible for murdering this trans woman.
Right.
But I'm just saying, I get it. I know it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying in the vast majority of these cases, men know, and just like the rest of us know, because most trans women are not all that passable. I know they're getting better at it, but most people don't have the money to be as beautiful as TS Madison and some of these people. So that's, I just wanted to clarify that. Okay. I'm not saying it never happened.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, Wiley. Bye.
Anonymous, you live on the air. Anonymous.
Hello. Hey, Wiley.
Hey. Go ahead.
Hey, Wiley,
I
this
hear
is
you.
This is Properly Bonafide. How you doing this morning?
All right.
Okay, so listen. So I just want to address two things, okay? First of all, I'm down here in the land of deception, Atlanta, okay? So I see all kinds of who the F you want to be, you know what I'm saying, going on down here, okay? So I have seen a lot of trans women and trans men that are passable. Everybody's not getting killed at the point that the skirt, or killed or beat up at the point that the skirt is raised up and you see something, or the pants are drawn down and you see something different than what you saw alongside. No. See, some people are out here going with people and hanging out with people and stuff like that, and then they're being told or they're figuring it out, and then they go off. It's not like, oh, you sat here and you slept with me and now you're mad. That's not what's always going on. And people need, and I know that the show is funny or maybe more salacious or more messy, but this is real serious, or salacious or messy to say that type of stuff. But this is real serious. People are really getting effed up and killed out here. And I don't like it and I don't stand for it. But it's not always at the point that somebody is screwing or been screwed and then they want to feel guilty. No, sometimes you folks figure it out and get pissed off because the presentation was one thing and the reality is something else. It don't have to be you just screwed and then came back and now you're feeling guilty. Okay. Another thing is this. A lot of times, what I've been seeing down here is that there's a mouthpiece associated with a lot of folks down here, whether it be gay, straight, whatever. Not even just down here, period. Even on TV, when you see some of the attacks that's going on, it's a mouthpiece. Sometimes you're getting your ass whooped because you talking shit, okay? Or you bopping and you keeping up some bull crap in some kind of way, and now you got your ass beat, and now it's because you're trans. Now, I've been seeing that a lot, and I'm like, now, see? Now, was you talking and running your mouth, or was and bucking and knucking, and you wasn't ready to fight? Okay. Last thing is, I wish people would start hanging off of TS Madison's nuts. TS Madison is a bought Negro. Period. People can buy her, trade her, sell her. She already showed you that. That's what she started off as. That them old tricks don't die. You know what I'm saying? She go with whatever it is to get hype. To get some kind of money, get some kind of notoriety, and she's messy too. And people swear to God that she's so good and so righteous. I'm like, no, she's not. She's a bought Negro, period. And on top of that, T.S. Madison is soul. Folks act like T.S. Madison, they never did no wrong in our face, ever. And I'm sick of it. Like, for real? But anyway, that's all I had to say.
All right. Thank you so very much. All right. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I just wanted to say, I know that everybody's counseling B. Simone, but at the end of the day, the conversation that she had amongst her female counterparts, that is usually how most women feel. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that it was to be taken personally because she didn't just point out one person. You can't change people's experience. You know what I'm saying? That's how she felt and she spoke on it. And T.S. Madison, I just can't stand that every time something goes on, she has to come out and she's the voice of the trans community. The people, like the Janet Mocks and the women, I will call them women because they had the certain. I believe T.S. really jealous of the post-op girls. You know what I'm saying? She'll tell you in a minute, I'm a chick with a, you know what I'm saying? So I just don't feel the way that she came at B. Simone. Like B. Simone didn't say that to her personally. So why was she so offended? It's other ways that she could have said it. I seen what Cindy Starr said, but Madison, you always try to come at women. She still didn't come at Kaya when Kaya was saying that she was stealing from Miss Eve and how she does Miss Mary. So come at those girls. Come out and say something about Kaya who really knows you. Don't come at this girl calling her a B and all of that because you're not a voice of the trans girls. Nobody else was you. I remember watching Madison years ago crying, saying that how the girls don't mess with her. The girls don't mess with you, boo. You're not a beacon of hope for the trans girls. And I just don't like that. She's always jumping on every topic of conversation and what she thinks that's going to get her a notice. She did that for her. She doesn't really care about the trans community. I don't like her, and I don't like that she's always involving herself in something. You have a surgery, and then you can speak on what the trans girl's issue, because you don't have an issue. And that's all I wanted to say.
All right. Thank you so very much. 5002, call you on the air. 5002. Oh, hold on. Okay, you live. I'm sorry. Hello.
No problem. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was calling because I agree with a lot of the callers. As far as Maddie goes, she's done interviews in the past, because I have watched her in the past, where she says she didn't relate to trans women, and that because she was out on the streets, doing her, or made her money in the porn industry, she doesn't have the same struggle, nor identify with the same struggle as the women who are trying to live strictly as women every day. So I don't know why she's pushed herself to the forefront of wanting to speak on behalf of trans women. Let somebody who really has that struggle and really identifies as a woman all the time and doesn't glorify their penis, let them speak, and you step back, because you've said before you don't identify with that issue. So I don't get that. But the other thing I want to speak on is the whole tricking men thing. I get it. I do think some are tricked. I think we use the word trick loosely, but in some terms it's the exact definition. But once you find out that a woman, you have been tricked, isn't it more so you're upset and now you're questioning your own sexuality and you're uncomfortable with the fact that you like something that wasn't? My thing is, sometimes I see, and this is nothing to take it lightly, but sometimes I see men who I think are really fine and they really have it going on and got a lot of money, and kind of find out they're broker than anything else. I feel tricked, and I don't turn around and take it out on them and harm them in any way or try to blast them or get them hurt in any way. I just feel like that's a cop-out to say it's okay that because you feel tricked and you're not comfortable with how that made you feel, that you were attracted to or tricked to be attracted to a man dressed as a woman, that you should be able to kill them. That's not acceptable.
All right.
So I just wanted to say that too. I do get that they're tricked, but it's not acceptable to her.
All right. Thank you. 44.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So we're gonna switch gears very quickly. I said I was gonna talk about on the show about COVID-19. Is definitely Will, one of my good friends and mentors. Kurt Myers was diagnosed with COVID-19. I'm gonna play this video so people can hear this, because a lot of Black folks that I would talk to on the ground said they don't believe that it's real unless they know somebody. Dallas, Texas have so many cases have increased, as well as in Florida, the cases has increased. And so this is someone that is a leader in the LGBT community, and especially here in Dallas, Texas. This is where I was able to get my prep from his company About in Prosperity. He was diagnosed with, he tested positive for COVID-19. So let me play this video, and we're going to continue this conversation.
Let
me get to the part where
please get on this live and important information. What's going on, Andra? So I wanted to,
let me see, because
like I said, it was important for me to have a conversation with people that would get on the live. I tested positive for the coronavirus today, and so for those of us that, hey Tana, for those of you that are watching, I've heard a lot of people out in the community, and I was out for Juneteenth and just saw a lot of people out, a lot of people without masks. And so I was one of those people. Anybody that knows me know that I was, I'm okay for now. And what I'm trying to do is make sure I'm the type that when I got the call, I was concerned instantly about everybody else around me. We needed to close the offices, so I've already done that. It's a lot of stuff that goes into finding out a status. I'm sorry, people are sending a lot of messages, as you guys can imagine. Anyway, so it's a lot that goes into it. But what I wanted to do, and one of the reasons why I decided to be public about my COVID status, as with so much that goes on in my life, is because I want to use my status for the good. And like I said, I've been around a lot of people, some close to me, that specifically said, well, if Corona is real, then why don't we see anybody that we know have it? Well, now I am that someone that you know. So if it's not someone else that you have known, or you think it's a hoax or any of those things, I received a positive COVID-19 coronavirus test today, and it is real. I know that you guys are probably seeing about bars closing and all of those things. So the timing, if ever it was going to be timing, I have pushed for testing to happen for Black people, because not enough of us are testing and not enough of us are knowing our status. So on tomorrow, Abounding Prosperity, although we aren't doing any of the clinical testing for HIV, we will still be doing drive-through testing, for the coronavirus tomorrow. And for those of you that don't believe that it's real and don't know anyone with Corona, you can now say that I know Kirk Myers has the coronavirus, and I now know somebody. So I am urging you all to go test. If you need to know where to test, we are testing tomorrow at our new clinic, 1619 Martin Luther King. It's from 11 to 3. I'll post the flyer on my page. If you've had contact with me recently, been in my presence, then I again am urging you guys to test. I hope to see tomorrow is full. I won't be there. I am now quarantining.
All right. So we heard that news. So when I got the news, he told me to make sure I talk about it on my channel. I'm doing just that. And a lot of people was out there protesting, and he was out those protesting, not having on his mask. And I was huge component, a huge voice saying, be very careful. You're going to be out there protesting without your mask on and social distancing. The governor Abbott he announced, I believe, yesterday or the day before yesterday, he's shutting down the bars early. I want to Marty Bar, the bar that a lot of gays go to, they can't go and serve alcohol for 30 days because they were allowing so many people inside of their establishment, not following the CDC guidelines or the state order that the governor Abbott put out. So now people are getting this virus, and now the governor is being forced to shut down the bars early. But now he's blaming young folks. But we already knew that was going to. I knew personally that was going to happen. That cases was going to increase. It's because when you open up the state, everybody's going to go out. Nobody's going to be social distancing in no bar because you take the mask off the drink. Nobody's going to be social distancing in no club because you want to shake your butt and it's a lot of sweat. So even if you have on a mask, you're still going to get all that sweat off you, and you're touching this person, that person touching you, and you're able to get it. And of course, with Kurt Myers, his company, they were passing out food boxes to a lot of people. So all of those folks need to be self-quarantined for 14 days as well as getting tested. But if you're poor and you can't afford to social distance, some will still go to work, unfortunately. So we're yet dealing with a pandemic. We're dealing with two pandemic. Black folks, we're dealing with the police and we're dealing with the Rona. Okay? And it's no mask. You can't mask yourself from the popo, So we're dealing with two major we're dealing with two major pandemics. So I would like to say thank you to each and every one of you all that have been watching the show. Thank you all for calling in. My closing remarks on it, regardless, it does not give you the right to take out a sister in the trans community because you didn't know they were trans. There's no excuse. If you was man enough to go and sleep with them, it shouldn't be you change your mind. You want to do that. That ain't cool. I'm not with that. I'm totally against that because if you do not, and this is towards the trans woman too, it's let people know that you're trans. But I know from experience that you already know. But let me just say this as my closing remarks. Let them know that you're trans, okay? And men ask, hey, are you a biological woman? Were you born a woman or you identify as a woman? It's a difference. So ask the question. We're in a different time because you don't want to get yourself catfish and do all that type of stuff. And trans sisters, if you get you the quote unquote, the trade, don't tell nobody, keep it on the hush hush. Because if you tell that guy, put his business out there, it's going to be a problem. So that's all I want to say about that. Thank you all for tuning into this show. Make sure y'all subscribe. I need the subscriptions. We're less than 500 people away of hitting 11,000 subscribers. So we need y'all subscriptions. Make sure you hit the thing. This video probably will not be monetized. So please send us a donation to $ Marquise Wiley 28 because it was a lot of stuff said on this episode. Okay. And we will definitely be back. I want to thank everybody for keeping me in their prayers about the condition, everything. So I will probably do a live about that. I'll probably go back live today, but I definitely had to speak on this issue and bring it up. Thank you all for calling in. This was a beautiful live. Thank you all for calling in today. And I will see you all back whenever we go back live. If you want to be notified when we go live, always hit the number. Y'all know the number, the 972-674-9462. That's the number that we let you know. Thank you to all the Instagram people for following us. Our Instagram, our numbers have been up on Instagram. We are over 100,000 impressions on Instagram. I will say that we have definitely have a lot of people been hitting us up on Instagram. So thank you all so much. Hold on one second. Let me see. Let me see if I can find that. Let me go to my insights. Because I would love to read that. So y'all, hold on. So our insights of the audience of the growth of our Instagram, we have 41% women and actually 59% male view us, but the reach is 95,605 and our impressions is up 179,992, is almost up to 200,000 impressions on our Instagram and over 100,000 for our reach. And this is incredible just for us following of having almost 5,000 followers, and we're having that. That's because we're posting. Some of our videos have went viral. So I thank you all for the support on our IG. Shout out to one of my good friends that giving us advice to take the Instagram, and also we're learning how to increase also too for our YouTube is going up. So I thank you to the producers, and also thank you to this mentor that has been in our ear for the past I would say 4 weeks, giving us the information, telling us what to do, telling us how to professionally troll people. So thank you, and shout out to Lovelyti for addressing TS Madison. Thank you all for that. Thank you. So that was it. I will see y'all again for the next video. Let us know what y'all want us to talk about so we can talk about it. Since I'm doing this, since I'm on here, let us know. Send us an email, text us, or send us a DM on Instagram. Peace.